This is Nike NBA action. This week, Akeem is holding court, and he's hungry for a title.
My stats speak for itself, so I need something more.
And he's on the rise, the resurgent Danny Manning.
He started the season healthy, and I thought people forgot how good he was before he hurt his knee.
Hold on, folks. Irvin has it. Barkley for three. Oh, no!
Inside he comes.
Rivers slams in. Get a crossover. Bird at the buzzer.
Oh, my!
Here's Isaiah.
What a remarkable play by Collins.
Unbelievable. Oh, a spectacular move by Michael. We start off with the action reel as the race for the playoffs heads into the home stretch. In the West, the Utah Jazz and the Portland Trail Blazers sit atop their divisions. This week, the Blazers ran off a 4-game winning streak to give themselves some breathing room in the nip and tuck Pacific race.
Here come the Blazers. Porter, Lee Drexler, score!
The Blazers got a boost from their bench as Danny Ainge and Cliff Robinson led the way in Denver. Against the Kings, Robinson again rose to the occasion.
Chilcott had it. Jerome Kersey keeps it alive. Over to Porter. 4-on-1 to Robinson, and he goes. He scores! He jams it home.
Meanwhile, the Jazz also got help from an unlikely source in the form of backup center Mike Brown.
Stock goes to Mike to the hoop. Held up. LeBron there.
Brown was ferocious down the stretch as Utah moved out to a 4-game lead over the second-place Spurs.
Cummings had it. Mike Brown knocks it away and gets the ball. Under to Corbin. Great pass by Mike Brown. Corbin the layup.
2 nights later, the Jazz returned to their usual winning formula. It was John Stockton taking control of the situation, driving, and dishing to Karl Malone to ice a victory over New Jersey.
Baby's in the refrigerator. You can put it away.
From Utah, we head east, where things were looking up for Sixers coach Jimmy Lynam as his team battles Kevin Lockree's Miami Heat for a playoff berth. Against the Clippers, the Heat were ice cold. Despite some poor shooting, Miami was in a position to win at the end until a critical defensive breakdown did them in.
Still looking, gets it in for Harper, he lays it in! With 2.4 seconds left, the Clippers up 1, and the Heat call timeout.
With Miami faltering, Philadelphia clung to a playoff spot as Charles Barkley got some help from his friends. The Sixers stole one right from under Atlanta's nose.
Won't go. Rebounded contact.
Stolen by Barkley, and he scores.
Right out of contact sand.
Against Dallas, the keys once again were defense and Sir Charles.
Bowling it, punching out through there to the hoop. Whoa.
Barkley isn't the only superstar lifting his team. Larry Bird's return this week gave the Celtics a spark, while the Pistons' Dennis Rodman set new trends in hairstyles and new records in rebounding. Rodman pounded the glass against Indiana for 34 boards, the most in Detroit history.
Back foul line to Woolridge. Orlando down the lane, hooking off the glass. No. Rebound. Rodman back up. Yes! And the foul! The worm works the glass one more time.
It was just like old times in Boston as Bird returned to form, displaying his legendary brilliance and renewing some old acquaintances.
Harris out there for a little screen. Now he rolls off it for 2.
With Bird back in the lineup, the Celtics won 4 straight as they look to make a run at the Knicks in the Atlantic Division.
Bird the rebound. A great pass for Fox to Pinckney.
Looking a little like the Larry of old on that one.
While the Celtics chase New York for the division title, in this week's news, notes, and quotes, we find the Knicks reaching a landmark milestone. Saturday's blowout over Charlotte was the 1,000th win in franchise history, and the Knicks did it in style, setting a team record with 52 defensive rebounds. Speaking of milestones, this Wednesday, Golden State coach Don Nelson will be appearing in his 2,500th game as a player or coach, the most in NBA history. After winning 5 NBA championships in 9 years with the Celtics, Nelson coached the Milwaukee Bucks for 11 seasons, twice being named Coach of the Year. Former Golden State coach George Karl was named IBM Coach of the Month for February in only his 2nd month with the Sonics. Indiana's Detlef Schrempf was named Edge Player of the Month, coming off the bench to lead the Pacers to a 9-5 record in February.
It's a reflection of the team's success. I'm very happy about it. I feel honored, but I think it's a reflection of how well the team did last month.
And Charlotte's Larry Johnson was named Coca-Cola Rookie of the Month for February.
I think a lot of the NBA fans are really going to enjoy Larry Johnson in the next 10 years.
So let's get to the funny stuff. as it's time to dust off February's bloopers of the month. There were some plays to send you head over heels. And sometimes you just can't get that jumper to fall.
It's going to sit up there. It's not coming down. Yeah, it is. Here it comes.
But when Moses Malone blocked Larry Johnson, the ball never came down. Larry, you got to go back to what you do best, dunking.
4-on-2 break with Johnson. Missed the slam dunk. Kind of choked, didn't I?
Well, whatever was ailing Johnson seemed to be contagious. How do you like that? Just when you thought things couldn't get any worse, they did. But some bad plays have happy endings.
How did that go in the basket? How?
Coming up next, an inside look at some players who made the most of a change in scenery.
Sometimes you have to go down, go up.
And get ready to count them down as we bring you the top 10 plays of the week in our Courtside Countdown.
Oh, what a stunt!
This week, we take an inside look at how a change of scenery can suddenly change the career of an NBA player. There are some who enjoy immediate stardom. They're highly touted draft picks who become overnight sensations. But there are also those players who must wait patiently for their chance and who are forced to travel a far more difficult road.
My second year, I did a lot of moving around. I was in Phoenix, Dallas, Rapid City, Charlotte, all in 1 year.
When you come out of college and you're drafted and you think you're a big shot, you know, you're just really a small fish in the sea now.
It was tough for me. I didn't play a lot, but I learned a lot from first year, especially playing on the practice with Clyde Dressler, and, you know, that's definitely helping me right now.
For these players, minutes were scarce. But inside, they believed it was a matter of time, of getting the playing time to prove they could play well at the NBA level. It took perseverance, work, and a little luck to find a team that was right for their style of play.
One thing that I think really helped me, I tried not to focus on where I've been, and just try to focus on where I'm going.
The only place Michael Williams is going is up, as he now runs the show in Indiana. His speed and defense have been instrumental in the Pacers' up-tempo style.
I wouldn't change it for the world. I have a championship ring. I'm in a place that I love to be in. I'm starting for a team that's definitely on the rise. And sometimes you have to go down, go up. And I was willing to take that challenge.
Another point guard who has made an enormous impact in a new system is Kenny Smith in Houston. After struggling for 3 years in Sacramento and Atlanta, Smith has found his niche with the Rockets, and he attributes much of his success to his teammates.
I very rarely have played with players where I wasn't the key setup man. Now I play with guards who make shots for me, and it's just made my game elevate so much.
After languishing for 3 years on the Houston bench, Craig Elo was picked up by Cleveland and has flourished in Coach Lenny Wilkins' system. Elo's either started or been the sixth man for the Cavs since his arrival.
Anybody that has gone through those ranks, that has put the time in and the effort to endure that kind of thing, and you know, just hoping for a second chance at the NBA, yeah, it brings real joy to me.
Finally, a player who's taken full advantage of his second chance is Drazen Petrovic.
Drazen Petrovic used to be the Michael Jordan over there. Now he comes to the States and he plays with a team like the Portland Trail.
Satisfied, return perfect press within 30 days for a full...
Really doubting his confidence level now that he gets traded. And has really taken off with these averaging 20 points a game, and that's a great accomplishment on this level.
Many players have thrived through a player go on the rise, as is the case with the Clippers' Danny Manning.
He was a factor in my decision to go with the Clippers, and he's meant a lot to me. You know, he went to Kansas and won a national championship for us, and was a first-round pick. All those things mean a lot to me.
And an easy basket for Manning.
Finds quickly blocked by Manning.
Here's Manning. Man, that's as fine a wraparound as you are going to see. Very awkwardly misses. Rebound, Manning, yes! He can do it all.
Recently, Manning has elevated his game to a dominating level. But his NBA ride has not always been a smooth one. In his rookie season, Manning tore his anterior cruciate ligament, a career-threatening injury.
You know, missing out on the season, my first season at that, it's really hard, but a lot of people around the league who've had this injury, and they're back in the league and they're playing well.
And so is Manning, who has become the leader of an up-and-coming Clippers team.
Manning to the baseline, throws up the hook, and he hits. An incredible shot for Manning, who has 31 points now.
And at this point, I'd say he would have to be the greatest success story for that surgery.
Manning hopes that his success carries over to the rest of his teammates, as the Clippers, too, are on the rise.
And the Clippers lead it by 2 with 7.5 seconds left to play.
The Clippers are gunning for the playoffs for the first time in a long time, as they've struggled to be a title contender. Currently, the Clipper franchise is mired in one of the longest postseason droughts in NBA history. Can you remember the last time they made the playoffs? The answer when we return here on NBA Action. Now the answer to our trivia question. The last time the Clipper franchise made a playoff appearance was nearly 16 years ago. In 1976, the Clippers were then called the Buffalo Braves. And after an opening round win, they ran into Boston, who defeated them 4-2. Postseason positioning was at stake in this week's marquee matchup, as we go out west for a run-and-gun shootout between Don Nelson's high-scoring Warriors and the rejuvenated Rockets. Under new coach Rudy Tomjanovich, Houston's shown steady improvement. And it was evident in the early going as the Rockets charged out to an 11-4 lead as they unleashed their transition game.
Nice pass down to Maxwell from Torch.
Well, there is a big breakdown, and Nelson is furious.
He is livid. The Warriors responded to Nelson's fury, but still found themselves down by 4 after the first quarter. In the second, Chris Mullin decided to take over for a while. And Golden State went on a 14-0 run to go up 49-39.
Three-point try. Mullin, that's his second 3 of the game. He has 18. What a steal. Great anticipation by Hardaway. Down to Ellie. He'll stutter step past Elijah Wan.
But the Rockets answered with a run of their own. And the half ended with the Warriors up by a point, 51-50. In the third, Golden State took advantage of several Rocket miscues and exploded, eventually building an 18-point lead.
Oh, he spins and scores! Mullin rolling, getting inside for the flick shot. 22 for Mullin.
But Rudy T lit a fire in the fourth, as his Rockets came storming back to pull within 5 at 101-96.
And there he is. Otis Thorpe and Don Nelson signals for time. And things are getting very, very dangerous.
However, with Nelson's guidance, Golden State regained their composure and dominated the final 2 minutes to seal the victory.
Mullin stops, pops, and that is it. The Warriors have won 2 in a row. They're 12-3 since the All-Star break. They're 41-18. Warriors win at 110-100.
Though the Rockets may have fizzled, Vernon Maxwell had plenty of fuel in his tank this week. This Rockets launching pad was downtown as Maxwell fired in 20 three-pointers.
Thorpe holds it up against Vlade, brings it out into Maxwell. For his 6th 3, he got it! Maxwell has been on a 3-point tear. My goodness gracious, he continues to be red hot from the 3-point line. There's Maxwell going for another one. Maxwell with 7. He was begging for that one.
Also on fire was Michael Williams as he and the Pacers took it to Chicago on their home court.
Williams tries, put it up, in, and he is fouled.
Williams triggered a 22-point comeback as Indiana pulled it out.
Williams off the screen, lob to Shrimp. Beautifully done.
And against Detroit, the NBA steal leader went to work.
Stolen by Michael Williams. He blindsides him. Williams against Dumars to the hole, lays it up and in.
Williams unveiled his entire repertoire of talents.
Michael Williams, yes.
He's been shooting the ball awfully well.
The hottest player of all is Karl Malone, the Edge Player of the Week. Against Golden State, the mailman went first class.
Karl Malone, oh my goodness, what a play. 43 points for Karl Malone.
Malone broke loose this week for 28 points a game as he and the Jazz continue to distance themselves from the pack.
What a lead to Karl Malone.
Also breaking away from the rest are the best dunks and blocks of the week on In Your Face.
slam.
Kevin Johnson.
Yep.
Now on NBA action, a profile of a Rocket who continues to reach new heights. If one could have the perfect dream, then consider this. You are recruited out of Africa to be the centerpiece of a great college team. Ascending to the NBA, you become a franchise player. This may seem like the sweetest of dreams. To one man, this has been reality.
It's not even a dream come true because you cannot even dream it that good.
But for the rest of the NBA, Akeem has been the worst of nightmares.
The main objective and the main goal on the basketball floor, as an intimidator, or a mean, strong player.
A lot of times I encourage my man to go to the basket and see if they can score on him because he's such an intimidating factor in the low post.
Everett's one of, as most of the teams in the NBA can't figure him out. Here he goes again.
Olajuwon with the steal.
Defensive look. Now there's the quick hands of Olajuwon. Look at that pass. That is just unbelievable.
And he just continues to be everywhere.
Akeem is a phenomenal player.
So I always said that I stand up for myself, not for anybody, for myself. So I have something to prove to myself that I can always improve and get better.
It's hard to imagine that Akeem could be much better. Considering he is a perennial top 10 leader in 4 statistical categories.
That's why he is so great. Every facet of the game belongs to him.
So my stats speak for itself, so I need something more on the winning championship.
Hoping to return to the championship level, Akeem is playing with a renewed fervor, and everyone has taken notice.
The mother of all slam.
Dream has proven he's a big-time player in the last week alone, and I don't think there's anything he can't do.
Rockets got to get it in now. They don't have any timeouts left. They go to Olajuwon, who puts it up. Yes! Olajuwon wins the game for Houston! Unbelievable! Unbeatable!
I don't really know my limitation. I have to just keep striving to get higher and higher and higher.
So Akeem will dream on as he continues his quest to reach his lofty aspirations. Olajuwon's established himself as one of the most versatile centers of his time. But in this week's Legend segment, we show you another big man who could do it all, Nate Thurmond. Playing for 4 teams in his 14-year career, Thurmond became the first player in league history to record a quadruple double in one game. Yet for all of his versatility, he's best remembered for one specific talent, the ability to stop an opponent cold with a block shot.
You have to let people know that this is my territory, and I really was offended when anybody got a shot off around me. I wanted to stop everything that I could.
He had the real long arms. He had great timing on shot blocking. You could not fake him out. He was just a tremendous defensive player. I think out of all the players that I played against in the league, Nate gave me more trouble than any player.
The uniforms Thurmond wore changed over the years, but his style did not. And though he never won an NBA championship, Nate Thurmond had the respect of both fans and peers alike.
When people come up to me and say that they thought that I was a total ball player when I was playing, coupled with that in the Hall of Fame selection, it has made the 14 years, of course, very worthwhile for me.
You can always count on us to give you the best plays of the week.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
In our Courtside Countdown. At number 10, it's Stockton to the mailman, who tries out a different kind of delivery.
Pass it back to the mailman. He'll fake, drive by, Robinson, go to the hoop, put it in. It's good. You can count that, baby. The mailman.
Number 9, Dennis Rodman. You know he can rebound, but check out what else he can do.
Rodman behind the back dish to Woolridge for the dunk. Great pass.
No countdown would be complete without an astounding play by Michael.
Splits to the left. He stopped top and laid it up underhand with
Here's the pass of the week. Joe Dumars skimming the rock along the Denver parquet to Isaiah.
Bounce right into the hands of Thomas. What a beautiful play. Dumars and Thomas hook up. Fabulous pass.
Number 6, Antoine Carr was lucky he happened to have a friend in the neighborhood.
Antoine Carr missed a jam. Robinson didn't. And this place is rocking. 98.
Celtic fans rejoiced over the return of a rare bird.
Good ball fake. Drives for 2.
Boy, what a play by Bird. He put it up.
At number 4, Billy Owens went coast to coast and pulled out all the stops along the way.
Ball fake all the way.
There's a big-time play.
But Sharunas Marciulionis when his teammate won better.
This is Pete Maravich. This is Pete Maravich.
Against Orlando, it was Sherman Douglas who supplied the magic.
Change of speed. Oh, yeah! Serve. Show us what you got.
Finally, the play of the week. The person most likely to succeed was Chuck.
Ball away, Sean. Yes! Oh, man!
Hey, you need that lock.
This is Jim Fagan. See you next week on NBA Action.